Say that it feels right.
Hey guys, welcome back for another Clash Royale video. So in today's video, we will be taking a look at top ladder Graveyard. Finally not Expo. I know I've been uploading Expo videos for like 4 straight days. Just one is the E-Gen and the other 3 was Expo. But today we have Graveyard and we have Tanjo or Anjo on the channel. I believe that's how you pronounce the name, at least in my opinion that's how it's pronounced. I'm not too sure, but anyways, we have him on the channel, and he's currently 31st in the world, and he's very close to 7.9k, and he's having a ton of success with Graveyard, which is not a small feat, because I mean Graveyard is not the easiest deck to use in the meta right now, and he's, I don't know, it's needless to say, it's very good. And he used 2 decks, and one of them is the deck you're seeing it right now on your screen, and the other one is with the Dark Prince as well as the Skellies, and he shared 5 replays, and 2 of them will be using this Dark Prince variation, and the other 3 will be the Knight variation. And yeah, without further ado, if you guys don't want to miss out any future videos like this top ladder videos, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. It supports me and motivates me to make more video. And if you guys want to check out Tanjo or Anjo's Twitter, link will be in the description as well. Don't forget to follow him. And yeah, I would say let's just jump into our first game. Okay, first game against everyone's favorite deck, which is Drill Cycle. I don't know how long I'll keep saying that, but everyone's favorite deck right now. And we're up against Memester, and like I said, he's using the Dark Prince and Skelly variation right now, and both of them are BMing, I believe. And what's happening right now, not too sure. Okay, they started to play Skellies for the fast bit, standard. Now the opponent's gonna play a Valkyrie at the back. Tanjo plays and Baby D, and a high Inferno Tower to snipe the Baby D away, and now a cage is played for the Valkyrie. Okay, not too crazy still. Okay, the question is if Tanjo would go in with Graveyard right away, which he won't. I assume normal players would do that, because I mean they just saw the Valkyrie is off cycle. Now probably gonna Skeletons and NATO to prepare if needed. Okay, the Barb is doing a great job. Now the opponent's back to another Valkyrie for the Dark Prince. Tanjo's gonna play a Baby D for the Valkyrie again. I believe this time the opponent won't play an Inferno Tower at the bridge like last defense, but okay, the opponent will cycle back to another drill, supporting it with a bomber. The bomber will actually splash onto the tower though, hitting the Dark Prince as well. So not very nice, but what can you do about it? And Tanjo decides to Graveyard right away because he has the Dark Prince tanking. So the Graveyard won't actually do much damage because the opponent has Bomber, Log, and Valkyrie on the field. And the opponent used Skeletons to protect Valkyrie a little bit. Now the opponent's back to another drill. Tanjo is desperately cycling back to another Dark Prince, which he does manage to do that, and the fast spread actually jumped onto the tower. And now he's gonna Graveyard again. The opponent sets up an Inferno Tower, but the Inferno Tower will target onto a Dark Prince, which is not nice at all for the opponent. Now Fireball comes down for the Bomber, so the Skeletons are still not gonna get too much damage. And now Tanjo is just down 1.1k damage, and the opponent will set up another Inferno Tower at the bridge because he knows that Tanjo doesn't have a reset E-Wiz or Zap. Now he's gonna go with Graveyard very aggressively with Barb Barrel because he doesn't want the opponent to support the drill with Fireball most probably. Now NATO for the Bomber, okay, and now the Baby D would get a splash onto the tower, but the opponent's back to another drill though, so things might get a bit sketchy. Okay, a cage for the Bomber, and now Barb Barrel onto the Golden Drill. Okay, Tanjo is back in this game. He's only down 600 now. Now he has a Baby D attacking for the graveyard, and the opponent decides to play a drill Nado to pull the Valkyrie into the tower so that the Baby D could splash on it. Yeah, that's good game. Ooh, that was a nice game against Real Cycle. So yeah, he came back from that game, and it's up against everyone's favorite deck. GG, yeah. Okay, on to our next game against, I believe this is Sandbox. I saw him tweeted about this account before, so I think this is Sandbox. He's playing RG, or maybe this is someone else, I don't really know. Because Sandbox has a sponsor whose name is, if you can read Chinese then, whatever. So the opponent's using RG, and we just use the cage, so it might get a little bit tricky. So both players are playing Dark Prince at the back, Mother Witch, and the tower will finish off the Baby D, which is a nice fireball comes down right away for the Mother Witch. Not right away, but yeah, you know what I mean. And Skeletons do tank for the Dark Prince a little bit, forcing out a Fisherman, because the opponent doesn't want to play a gamble. Now Barrel for the Fisherman. Okay, pretty sure Tanjo is gonna play this like really patiently, because if the opponent just defends, if the opponent plays something to block your tank and then Mother Witch at the back, you wouldn't have anything for it. It's very hard to break through, so it's better to wait until double elixir and having Fireball in your hand for the Mother Witch. Now Skeletons to tank for Dark Prince. The opponent's Fisherman is actually a little bit annoying. Baby D will hopefully finish it off alongside Dark Prince. Yes, they do. And a Barb Barrel comes down, answered by a Mega Minion. So, like I said, Tanjo is going to play this very patiently, and now he's going to defend. Okay, he plays the Baby D right there so that it could splash onto the Mega as well. Nado is being played also because doesn't want the RG to get too much damage. Skeletons to tank for the Brawler, but unfortunately it didn't. The opponent will respond to the Baby D with a Dark Prince, which Tanjo will play a Dark Prince himself as well. Now he's going to play a Barb Barrel. Okay, he wanted to tank for the Dark Prince, but he didn't quite do so. And now he's going to go in with Graveyard. He has 5 already for the Mother Witch, which he will launch. And a Nado as well. Ooh, hitting the Mega as well. So yeah, that was a very nice play by him. Getting a lot of damage with the Skeletons. Probably gonna Skeletons to distract the Fisherman now. Barb Barrel to apply pressure, and he's gonna set up now defense. With a cage, the opponent plays NRG at the back. Tanjo is gonna play Dark Prince, probably Baby D as well. Now you can Barb Barrel, tank for Dark Prince. Yes, he will do that, and it's probably gonna Nado as well, so that the RG won't get any damage. Okay, now the opponent has a Fisherman, which will pull the Dark Prince, and okay, the Brawler will finish off the Fisherman, and now he's gonna Graveyard on the left lane. The Dark Prince will not splash onto the opponent's Dark Prince. That was pretty close, and oh, I really didn't saw what happened on the right lane, man. I gotta rewind. Man, I gotta rewind shit. Yo, what happened? Okay, the Brawler and the Baby D was on tower, so yeah, I assume. Yeah, they took down tower, so yeah, the opponent was too focused on the left lane and they ignored the right lane, so the Baby D and the Brawler took down tower. So yeah, very nice game against RG, although I wasn't really sure what happened on the right lane, but still, yeah, very nice game. Okay, now he switched to the Knight and Bomber variation now. He's up against Kamikaze, or Kamikaze, depends on how you want to pronounce it. He's gonna play a Knight for a miner, and Kamikaze is known for his giant double prince gameplay, and he's like one of the best player with it. He's gonna play a prince at the back. Okay, surprisingly, he's not giant at the back, and now Tanjo is gonna play a Graveyard because he doesn't have a better option for the prince. Kamikaze is gonna play a Mega Man at the back and probably Zap or Ewis. Okay, he's gonna Ewis and then go in with Giant. Okay, he's gonna do that. And Fireball comes down for the Ewis. probably Barbaro as well, and a cage to pull the giant. So a very nice defense by him. Now Kamikaze will play a Dark Prince for the brawler as well as the buff. Probably go to Knight because that's a very reasonable play. Okay, he played the miner there, and that Knight tanked for the miner as well as tanked the miner and the Dark Prince. So yeah, that was a very nice Knight. And Bomber came down to help as well. Is Kamikaze gonna... okay, he's gonna respond to it. I was wondering if he was gonna respond to it. Now Graveyard is being played, and pretty sure it's not gonna zap, right? Yep, he's just... okay, he zap. Okay, whatever. Don't mind what I just said. And probably gonna giant at the back. Okay. Now Tanjo is gonna set up defense like every single time he does. Cage, then Baby D, then NATO. Okay, okay, he plays a barrel first, probably to tank the princess and stuff. Now he plays a Baby D and a High Knight, a Graveyard. So every time you see a prince, you Graveyard. So that's the thing I observe when he's defending. Every time you see a prince, you Graveyard. Now, okay, he's gonna apply pressure on the left lane with a Bob Barrel as well, and Fireball onto the E-Wiz. So the Bomber will actually get some splash damage onto the Dark Prince, and Kamikaze will just giant at the back again. And Tanjo is gonna rinse and repeat, probably playing a Cage and a Bomber and a Barrel as well. Okay, that's giving Fireball value. Okay, now he's, yeah, like I said, every time you see Prince, you're gonna Graveyard. So that's a very interesting tit by Tanjo. And okay, that giant was so close from getting a hit, but luckily it didn't. And the Bomber will finish off the E-Wiz alongside the Baby D most probably, and now a Cage is set up again. So Tanjo is basically doing the same thing over and over again. A Cage, Barrel, Baby D, Graveyard, and Knight probably. Okay, he's not gonna play Knight because the skeletons are distracting the Dark Prince already. Now he's gonna play Knight onto the E-Wiz. Oh, that Prince actually will charge from the tower, getting a lot of damage on the left lane. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why you play Graveyard, because there are a lot of skeletons to distract. And now he's gonna go with an offensive Graveyard for the first time. And a NATO is played so that the troops are very close to the tower and the Baby D could splash on it, but E-Wiz came down. And Fireball onto the Dark Prince. Barrel is being played. Oh, that barrel was really clutch. And now a Knight to tank for the Prince, as well as the Bomber for the Miner. And okay, he tried to NATO everything into the Knight, but Kamikaze, I think he fireballed there. And now he's gonna apply pressure with Giant again, which will get pulled by the Cage, so that wasn't too bad. That means the Brawler will come to help out. And NATO is being played, and now he's gonna Graveyard on the right lane because there's only 30 seconds left and it's triple now. So he can afford to do that, and he's currently up damage. He's gonna play a Graveyard naked. So a Cage to tank, and meanwhile the Knight on the left lane is doing a hell lot of damage. There's only 10 seconds left, so if he doesn't screw up this defense, he should win. And yeah, Miner on King Tower, and yeah, that's probably GG. So yeah, very nice game against Kamikaze. Then it came down to the end, so it was a very tough game, not gonna lie. And yeah, the Prince was probably the most annoying factor for Tanjo, because you don't have that much troop in your hand to play to distract. Not like you don't have the skeletons and stuff, so you have to play Graveyard every single time. So yeah, that was a very nice game against Kamikaze, or Kamikaze. Okay, on to our next game against Pekka Bridge Spam, which is also one of the more ground-oriented decks, which could get very tricky because you don't have that much cards like skeletons to distract Bandit and stuff. And now the opponent plays a Bandit at the back. Tanjo is going to respond to it with a Baby D. barrel as well, so that the bandit doesn't dash onto the tower. He's probably gonna fireball, yes he does. And ooh, that fireball was pretty clutch. The baby D got a splash damage on the tower, and now he's gonna play knight onto the battle ram, and now the baby D is gonna get a lot of damage. NATO has to be played so that the magic archer don't get too much geometry damage. So yeah, both players are very equal right now, and the opponent's up to Alexa, I believe. Because of that NATO he has to play, so... And the opponent's gonna cycle with Ghost at the back. Tanjo is gonna play a bomber and probably barrel for the Ghost. Okay, the opponent's gonna pack out the back, trying to make a big push. Now Tanjo is gonna play a baby D, preparing to defend. The opponent's most likely gonna play an EUs at the back. Yes, they do. And now Graveyard comes down again on defense. So against all those single targeting high DPS cards, Tanjo is gonna play Graveyard every single time most probably. He's gonna play Knight for the EWIS and Bomber as well. Cage to pull the Bandit. So yeah, that was a nice defense right there. But the opponent is up 4 elixir, so it could get a little bit tricky. Okay, the opponent's gonna play a very aggressive Pekka at the bridge, and Tanjo is not gonna activate King. Instead, he's gonna play Barbaro onto the Royal Ghost. And now, yeah, the Graveyard will distract the Pekka for a little bit. The EWIS came down to help. Okay, now Tanjo is gonna try to cycle back to a cage. Okay, maybe not. And he's gonna allow the battle ram to connect onto the tower and relying the bomber only to deal with the buff. So yeah, that was a... Okay, now he's gonna activate King on the Bandit. Yeah, that interaction right there with the battle ram and the bomber was pretty tough. Okay, now he cycled Knight on the left lane. I think, yeah, he's gonna prepare for the magic archer most probably. Oh, he didn't quite get baby D down in time. Now he's gonna Graveyard on the Pekka like always. Because that's one of the best thing you can do. I mean, that's the best play you can do, not one of the best. And the barrel will the buff will finish off the EWIS, and the skeletons will actually get some damage on the tower alongside the bomber. Yeah, he splashed onto the tower, but he still has to deal with the Pekka on the left lane. He's probably gonna play. Okay, he's gonna Graveyard this time offensively, and now he's gonna play a cage to pull the battle ram. And now Knight to tank for the cage so that battle ram could connect onto the tower. And now he played a second bomber. Yeah, the bandit will just dash onto the tower, and he's gonna ignore that because that's the strong side tower, and the opponent's gonna apply pressure on both lanes again. So the Royal Ghost demands a cage. Now the opponent plays a battle ram on the right lane, which will connect onto the tower, unfortunately. And now he's gonna rely onto the knight and the bomber to finish off auto stuff. Now fireball onto the magic archer, which will hit the tower as well, so yeah, that was a plus. Now barrel for the EWIS. Now he's gonna play a... Now he's gonna spam everything at the bridge, okay. And now probably cage for the battle ram. Yes, they do. And yeah, things are getting very interesting now, because it's actually very intense now. And now he's gonna go in offensively with Barbaro as well as Graveyard Knight to tank for the Royal Ghost. And the opponent zapped there, and he probably panicked a little bit, and now he's fireball range, 2 fireballs away from winning this game. Now he just has to cycle back to another fireball, and there's nothing the opponent can do. The opponent tries to magic archer though. Ooh, that was so close. And now he's back to another fireball. He's gonna win this game. Oh, the skeletons actually will take down the tower. So yeah, that was a very nice game, a very close one until the end against Pekka Bridge Spam. Okay, on to our last game against Golem. His name is Ginekologo. What is that? I have no idea. Okay, up against Golem, the opponent plays the Golem deck without a big spell, which means, yeah, he can't really deal with the baby D if Tanjo decides to stack them. But he does have a lot of ground cards like Cannon Card and Lumberjack, E-buffs. So We'll see. And now Baby D onto the cannon card. It's probably gonna play Bomber as well to distract. Okay, I'm not too sure if the opponent still has the evubs though. Yeah, I should have checked this. He's holding onto his NATO. Probably gonna just let it go and then set up a cage something. Okay, I think he knows the opponent's playing Golem. Or maybe, yeah, he doesn't want to spend any of his cards in his hands, because they are very important. Now he's probably gonna play a cage, because the opponent played an E-Drag. Okay, he could activate King on that if the opponent doesn't support it, which the opponent won't do it. Okay, the opponent doesn't have the evubs. Instead they have Mega Minion. Okay, and the opponent's gonna Golem. Tanjo is gonna play a barrel, probably cycle back to another cage, and now he's gonna play a Baby D at the back, preparing to defend. Okay, he's one card away from the cage, so he can cycle back to it very comfortably. And he's gonna play a far away cage to pull the Golem. Now Knight to tank for the Baby D. That was a good Knight. Okay, the opponent doesn't NATO. The opponent has it, but they don't play it. Now the Bob will tank for all of stuff as well. Now he's gonna play a Baby D on the right lane, probably looking for some chances and try to go in. Yes, he will. Okay, he's not gonna wait for the Baby D to cross the bridge and then play Graveyard, and he wants the Skeletons to tank for the Baby D so that the Baby D could splash onto the tower. And the Brawler got a hit on the left side. Not too sure if it's gonna matter, but okay, he's trying to cycle back to another cage now, which he will do. Now he's gonna play a Baby D for the can card. The opponent plays a Mega. Fireball comes down. Okay, NATO. Ooh, that NATO killed the Mega Minion, so that was a very good NATO. And the opponent plays a second Lumberjack, and now it's gonna get tricky because Lumberjack on Rage, we all know that it's very quick. And just like that, the opponent's up damage now. Very unfortunately because of the second Lumberjack on Rage. But the cannon card will get answered by the Goblin Brawler, so he's now down 1400 damage, which is a lot. But the opponent doesn't have big spell, so he could still manage to pull off big defenses, and now he decides to pressure opposite lane so that the opponent can't really support the Golem. Now he's gonna play Bomber and then Cage to pull the Golem, and the opponent supports the Golem with an E-Drag. Baby D comes down and Fireball as well, so that the opponent don't have the chance to NATO. Okay, the Golem will get really close to the tower, and okay, the death damage is on the tower, and the Golem might death damage as well. So yeah, I'm not too sure how he won this, but the things aren't looking good for him right now. Okay, he's gonna go in with offensive Graveyard, so the Baby D got a hit as well. So yeah, but the Skeletons are actually getting some damage now. The opponent decides to Golem on the left lane. Wow. Okay, and I don't think they have the elixir to defend the right lane now, because there's too much troop, man. The Skeletons are getting a lot of damage. Fireball comes down as well, and the Baby D and the Skeletons will take the tower and making a great comeback against Golem deck. So yeah, that Golem on the left lane proved to be very wrong, and yeah, very nice game against Golem. Okay, so I want to thank Tanjo or Anjo for coming onto the channel. Man, he shared some really awesome Graveyard gameplay, very high tier, and yeah, those games, those comebacks, and yeah, it's just very impressive. And yeah, don't forget to check out Tanjo or Anjo's Twitter, link will be in the description. And if you guys want to support me, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It motivates me to make more video like this, top ladder videos. And I will see you in the next one. See ya.